All right, guys. We're doing another random live session. I'm just going to talk a little bit of nonsense here for a second to give people a couple of minutes to get into the show. I like doing these random lives. It's actually one of my favorite aspects of YouTube. Today I was doing a ton of recording, trying to put some more videos out there, but the creative juices just aren't flowing. So, it happens. So instead of trying to push through that and make a mediocre video, I decided to do something that I'm a little bit more passionate about, which is talking to you guys and answering questions. And I'm sure that the content of this live will be much better than a normal video would have been today. So thanks for everybody that ends up coming out. I appreciate all of you guys so much. You guys are helping me live my dream every day. So this is great. All right. I wanted to congratulate everyone here for making it through July. You guys are awesome. I want to pull up my sales from last year. Here they are. Last year, I was full-time for about 8 months. And then I was part-time for the first 4 months. So I sold my first ever item December, I think it was like December 19th. Not this Christmas, but last Christmas. So I've been doing this for about 22 months. And for the full 12 months of last year, I was part-time for the first 4 months, and then I was full-time for the next 8. So with that in mind, last year I sold $124,708.86. I sold just under 2,600 items. And this is how the breakdown was. In January, I sold $1,800. In February, I did $4,900. In March, I did $11,900. In April, I did $10,700. In May, I did $11,100. Here's where it gets a little dicey. In June, I did $9,000. In July, I did $6,300. So about a $4,000 decrease from $11,000. So that's about 35%. Then in August, I went back up to $10,400. September was $10,800, and then October was $14,000. November was $17,400, and December was $21,000. So I read you this because July's tough. July, man, a lot of our fellow brothers and sisters in the reselling world lay by the wayside because they couldn't survive July. So I just wanted to congratulate you guys for being here. July is a tough month for eBay sellers. It's a tough month for Shopify owners. It's a tough month for even Amazon.com, Walmart.com. Amazon and Walmart, they're going to make money year round, all year long, every single year. But they do see decrease in sales. I want you guys to understand that summer slowdown is a real thing, that consumer cycles are a real thing. So I talk about this a lot on my channel, but I'm going to go over it briefly again. The end of quarter 3 and all of quarter 4 is by far the best time to have an online shop, as you guys saw in last year's report. More people are buying for other people. They're buying things for Christmas, and for other holidays, they're buying for other people. Then quarter 1 is awesome because the average American gets a tax return, and the average American uses that tax return to buy things for themselves or for their immediate family members. So those high sales continue through January. So I made this year, So I started off this year by selling, sorry guys, in January, I did $32,400 in sales, and in February, I did $28,000 in sales. So the first of the year, when people get their tax returns, they're spending money on themselves and on their immediate family members, so those sales stay high. Quarter 2, rough stuff. There's no real holidays pulling people to buy things. There's no huge events where people are getting huge bonuses or tax refunds or anything like that. People are saving their money. They also have less money, so their budget is tighter. And people are spending more money on travel and memories and experiences rather than things that they can hold in their hands or clothes to put on their body. So if you guys have made it this far, congratulations. You're still not out of the woods yet. August is, in my experience and in e-commerce in general, is better than July, but it's still down. Halfway through September is when you should really start seeing an increase of sales. And then all of October, November, December, January, February, March, and the first half of April. Awesome. So good job, guys, for making it here. It's still going to be tough for a little bit, but if you're doing the right things, if you're following the correct principles of reselling, I made a ton of money this month during July. I think I did like 18,000 in sales, something like that. So definitely down for sure, but still a good amount of money. So if you guys are doing the right things, if you guys are listing quality items, if you're listing every single day, if you guys are building your stores, getting better at keywords, getting better at titles, getting better at sourcing, getting more product for cheaper, you guys are going to continue to have more and 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 more success on eBay. So, all right, that's enough for my rant. I'm here for you guys. I love, like I mentioned, most of you probably didn't see this because I talked about it in the first 20 seconds of the live, but I was trying to get some content out today. And the creative juices just weren't flowing. I was talking about some good stuff today for some videos, but just wasn't really working out. So I decided to do a live, which is my favorite thing to do here on YouTube. So if you guys have any questions about eBay, about business in general, about my personal life, if you guys want to talk about anything, put it in the chat and I'll be happy to get to those. I truly love being able to talk to you guys live. So thank you so much for all being here. Nicholas says, hey there, how's it going? Hey, Jake, it's me, Dragon Hero, LOL. Oh, yeah, Dragon Masters Finds. Did you make a different account or did you update your Dragon Hero 660? Yo, Jake, get back here. Hey, what's up? I'm a Resell It, Segun. I'm a Resell It is an awesome YouTuber. He's putting out a lot of good content. Everyone go give him a follow, subscribe. He's got some good content. Spit it out to like-minded people. Let's go. Old guy shoes, looking forward to better days, bad weekend. Yep, still July and August. It's gonna be tough. Keep it up. Me too, Mark. It's a bad weekend. Let me see how my weekend went, if you guys don't mind. And I hope every time I talk about numbers, it's not like in arrogance. I hope it comes across as genuine and trying to help you guys out. This weekend, my sales are up. Yeah, my sales are up this weekend compared to the last weekend, 18%, which is good. And then hopefully we'll keep building from there and going up 18% each weekend after that. Hit like to hear a ching. Yeah, everyone says if you hit like while listening to an eBay resellers live, you guys get a sale within an hour. So if you guys like the video, put in the chat what you sold. Let's see if it's real. I'm honestly glad I started my eBay business during this time. The slow business has given me time to acquaint myself with all the processes and slowly grow. And now I'm ready to be amazed for quarter 3 and quarter 4. Yep. A lot of people say, oh my gosh, I just barely started my eBay business and I'm seeing all these YouTube videos. Was this the worst time to start? And I said, no, this is actually the best time to start because you have a realistic expectation about what the floor looks like. And then you build. But then just remember this time next year. It's going to be tough during quarter 2 and 3 compared to what it's going to be like for quarter 4 and 1. So also, this channel is about positivity, about making money. And the best way to make money is to be aware of what's going on. So we saw a huge spike in eBay sales and e-commerce sales in general during COVID-19 because people were inside their houses and they were on their phones and shopping more. Also, we were getting government assistance. Some people call them the Trump bucks and the Biden bucks. And more people were shopping online than ever. The biggest thing that not a lot of people talk about for some reason that I think contributed to that is all student loans were put on hold. The average American has, don't quote me on this, but I think $26,000 in student loans. And those are some big payments every single month. And for the last 2.5 years, no one has been making student loan payments. So they have an extra $180 per month, $400 per month. For some people that have over $100,000 in debt, an extra $1,200 a month to spend. And we've been seeing a lot of Americans spend that money in e-commerce. Student loans are about to be reinstated, and we're about to start paying them again every single month. So there is going to be less what's called discretionary spending. So people are their wallets are going to be tighter because now they have to spend that extra $180 to $400 a month on their student loans. So now they used to be buying watches on eBay and milk and groceries, but now they can only afford the milk and groceries, and they have to forego the watch for a while until they kind of get back to a better place financially. So be prepared for that as well. I predict a slower year from here until this time next year than from today to a year ago, if that makes sense. That was some weird English. I think that it will be harder to be an eBay reseller in 2024 than it was in 2021. But I think that there are a lot of opportunities, a lot of money to be made. And I will be right there making more than $20,000 a month during 2024. I'll guarantee you that. Hey, July was bad. August 1st came and the lights came back on. That's awesome. That's not 100% the experience for everybody. But yeah, that's awesome. My sales today have been good. I actually think I did better yesterday than I did today so far. But yeah, great day yesterday, great day today too. So that's awesome that first day back to August, you're hitting it. Friends, hit that thumbs up for good information. Hey, thank you so much, Carol. I really hope you mean that, because that's what I'm trying to do every day. Q4 and Q1. Yep. Look forward to it. Prepare for it. August is still going to be a slowish month, probably pretty slow. So keep building that store. Keep only putting in quality items into your store. And then once people come around to start buying for the holidays and during tax season, you guys are going to have some PR personal record months. I've seen you a lot commenting on my channel and hopping into these lives. So thanks for that, man. Appreciate the support. I increased listings and saw a decrease in sales over the summer so far, but overall sales are slowly increasing the closer we get to September. Yep. That's a lot of people's experience. And that is, a lot of people ask me, when should I increase my sales? When should I increase my listings? I mean, I always say that, like, if you're listing 5 a day, I would go to 8 when you're selling 3 every single day on average. So that would be 21 per week. If you sell 42 items in 2 weeks, I would go to 8. And then when you're at 8, once you're selling 5 per day, so that's 35. Once you're selling 70, if you've sold 70 in 2 weeks, then I would give you the green light to go to 10. Especially if you have a death pile, though, the best time to increase your listings is the end of April, because that's when things really start to slow down, but you're listing more so you don't feel it as much. But if you don't have a death pile and you're spending money every day to get your inventory, sometimes you can run into cash flow problems, because now you were only buying 5 items a day and selling 3. Now you're buying 10 items a day just to sell 3. So you've doubled what you're spending and you're still making the same. But if you can do that, once end of Q3 and Q4 and Q1 hit, then get ready for the explosion. Hope that made sense. Started in January and have increased every month, even July. Better product and better listings. Love it. That's what we like to hear, and that's what you got to do. I've been listing 1 item per day and have been consistent with that. I'm sure it'll pay off soon. Exactly. If you keep doing 1 every single day, then you're going to get the traffic of listing 1 every day. Then if you go up to 2 and then 3, but if you jump from 1 to 5 and then have to go back to 2 or 3, not the best in my opinion. It's still okay. If any of you guys are in that situation, it's not the end of the world. It's just not optimal. So I updated it. Now matches my eBay and Insta. That's awesome. It's cool to be the same. I'm JRide Flips here on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. If you guys want to follow me on TikTok, I've been putting a lot more time into TikTok, and I'm getting thousands of views each video, which is really exciting. So I'm growing a little bit on TikTok. But yeah, Dragon Master, do you want me to start calling you Dragon Masters now that you're no longer Dragon Hero? Let me know. Sure, rub it in. sorry. Hello, everyone. Hey, what's up? 1 Foot Flipper. You were getting called out on the Trash to Cast podcast the other day. It's pretty funny. I'm sure you have a great personality that you're able to take that, and I love that that those 3 gentlemen over there are able to razz everybody in the way they do. Potential video idea: reviewing subscriber stores, pointing out mistakes and what they could improve for sales. Yeah, that's actually in my list of videos to do already. I'd definitely be interested in that. If anyone would like a store review, you guys can email me anytime at jrideflips@gmail.com. And if you guys have any questions whatsoever about eBay, the best way to reach me is jrideflips@gmail.com. If you can thrive in this economy, you're good forever. I would actually say if you can thrive in next year's economy, then you'll be good forever. So hold on all throughout next year, and then you'll be built for business in any storm. If you source something that you think will sell great around Christmas, but you source it in the summer, do you wait to list it since eBay favors new listings? No, I just list it immediately. I've never had a death pile. I know that's a problem for a lot of people. My problem is I can't find enough stuff to list. So as I get things, I list them immediately. But yeah, if you have a death pile, then I would list things selling right now and then wait. But so right now I have 5 or 6 Cocoa Motions. Those are those Mr. Coffee hot chocolate makers. I sell 20 or 25 of those a year when there's snow on the ground. But right now I have 6 of them listed and 0 of them are selling because no one's making hot chocolate right now. So if I had a death pile and I had 6 of those in my death pile and I also had a ton of sunglasses and swim trunks, I would be listing the sunglasses and swim trunks and then wait to list the Cocoa Motion. But if you don't have a death pile, which is the right place to be, I just list everything I get. Just picked up my first remote and calculator. That's what I'm talking about, Ethan Higgins. Yeah, welcome to a new demographic of money that can make you a ton of money. I was like I said, I was recording earlier, and I was trying to get some videos out. I talked about my top 5 categories that I sell in. Actually, I'm going to have you guys guess. Put in the comments over here, what do you think are my top 5 selling items / categories in order 1 through 5? Whoever's the closest gets a treat. R&R goodies. I wish I could get remotes and calculators at my local thrift store. They never have any. Guess I'm going to start sourcing them online like you showed us in a recent video. Yep, that's really good. Also, I have guys that go through storage units, and I've bought in over 600 remotes from them just in the past 5 months. So if you want to start getting storage units, there's remotes galore in those as well. I currently sell mostly clothes because they don't take up much room, but I need to branch out. And since I have a lack of space, that's why I need to start doing small stuff like remotes and calculators. Yep. And I'm sure you've seen, saying remotes and calculators, I'm sure you've seen my video, the 10 small items that sell for huge profits. That's a good reference if you haven't seen it yet as well. Our son is a senior at a private college. He is our only child, and we have planned for his college since he was a baby. That's awesome. We have been able to pay for it outright, no student loans for him. That's awesome. Did you guys do a, what are those called, a 529 plan? Or did you guys just save the money in your bank account and give it to him? 1 Foot Flipper says, I have been selling for years and only ever found one decent calculator. It is very location dependent. Yeah, I'm sure it is. I had a bad return, my fault for not knowing what I was selling, but it was for $230 and it crippled me. Both hit my eBay bank and my personal bank account. I actually cried. Yeah, I remember early on, I sold a KitchenAid mixer for, I think, $320 plus $120 shipping. And it was like my first week of reselling, and I did not wrap it good enough, I guess, and it got there completely destroyed. So I had a $480 return. That sucked. I told him just to throw it away, and I gave him the money. Hi from Springville, Utah. I love the. I'm pretty sure you mean from Utah because you probably know that I'm from Utah. Springville DI is a top 5 Deseret Industries for sure. It's one of my favorite ones. But I usually either get 30 items or 2. It's never really anything in between. But when it's hot, it's hot. Thanks for saying hi. And then a few back-to-back returns. Yeah, Commonwealth picker, Kevin, he always says the returns come in 3s. So like if you get 1, expect 2 more to come. The more volume you do, the more returns you get. So just be aware of that. A lot of people are really afraid of returns and are very emotional about them, and I completely get that. But as long as your percentage is staying relatively the same, it's okay. So like a lot of people will sell 200 items a year and only get 2 or 3 returns. And then they really put a full-time effort into this and they sell 2,000 items per year. And then they get 20 or 30 returns and they think they're doing something wrong, but they're not. You actually have the same return rate. You just sell more items, which is a good thing. So don't be too discouraged from returns, even though emotionally they suck. You're on the right path if that number isn't going up over time. Right now, my returns are currently at the highest they've ever been. Not sure why. Maybe I need to take a step back and look at some things, but my returns are 4.9%, which is pretty high. I know for some, like an everything seller, that might sound low or it might sound extremely high, but for me it's high. So I gotta get back to the drawing board and see what I can do. Gonna wait to tell you source and go to your last stop, then source your car, Lamo. You should see the guy source. He liked the flash on Monsters. Dude, I drink. Mark lives in a town not too far from me. We bump into each other a lot. And if you guys follow me on TikTok, plug to my TikTok. It's JRide Flips across all platforms. I'm actually doing a TikTok every single day about my morning thrifting, and you guys get to see all the juicy items I pull out every day. Christopher Nutter says hi. Hey, how's it going? I love to see you're in all the eBay lives. I love it. Love how strong you are in the community here. Hey JRide, what are some of your strategies for repeat customers? So I don't focus on repeat customers whatsoever. One of the biggest and coolest advantages of eBay is that they do all the work to get us sales. So all we have to do is list it correctly, and they will get us the eyeballs needed to sell it. So I don't focus on repeat customers whatsoever. Could it increase my business by a ton? Maybe, but I don't do thank you cards. The only reason why I share my eBay store link is for transparency and so you guys can learn from my listings. Every time you guys go to my eBay store and don't buy something, it's not severely, but it limits my traffic that eBay gives me because people are coming to my store and not having a positive reaction, aka buying something and then leaving. So eBay says, oh, something must be wrong with this store or these items, so they limit traffic a little bit. It's not a big deal. Like, I'm here to help you guys make money and live a better life. So if you guys ever want to go to my eBay store to learn, go ahead and do it. I want you guys to do that. But yeah, the only reason why I have that linked is so you guys can learn and for transparency. But even if I had, I don't know, I don't focus on returning customers, but a lot of people do, and it's really helped them a ton. So I get called out every single episode now. Yeah. Yeah. It happens, dude. Trash to cash. It's good. It's that they'll admit it too. Like, it's not for everybody. So sometimes they go for like 2 hours just talking about nonsense, which is really awesome. I really like their podcast. But yeah, they're just making fun of each other, talking about their wins, talking about their fails. So if you guys haven't checked out the Trash to Cash podcast, you guys definitely should. I'm not sponsored, and I don't think they make enough money to sponsor anyone anyway. So I'm just kidding. I'm not being rude. That's just the way that they talk. So if any of them hear that, they'll appreciate it. Hello, everybody. Hey, how's it going? Kerry has actually been one of my biggest supporters. He was there since my first video. Yeah, Kerry, American Arbitrage, is awesome. He hops into the lives, and he's from Vegas, which is an hour and a half away. Him and I have already done a lot together. Not a lot, but he really helped me realize how important TikTok can be for what I'm trying to accomplish. So he gave me a lot of tips there, and my TikTok has actually been doing really well. I now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 videos with over 5,000 views that I'm pretty pumped about. He just barely did a TikTok that got 1 million views, and it was at my thrift store. And you can see the back of my head in the video. I don't have a death pile. I have more of a funeral home pile. Yeah, I know that there's a lot of eBay resellers out there that are in your situation. What I would recommend is stop sourcing and just there's this guy. I'm not sure like how if he would like to be known or whatever. So I'll just keep his identity under wraps, I guess. But there's this guy in my town. He and I are really good friends. We met at the thrift store lines and sourcing. But I hadn't seen him for like 2 or 3 weeks. I'm like, dang, where is this guy? And then I saw him like 2 days ago for the first time in a while. I'm like, dude, where have you been? And he's like, I've been attacking my death pile, and it's almost completely gone now. I'm like, dude, very smart decision on your end. Good job. So sometimes you got to fight the urge to go thrifting and just get through a pile or two. I move my death pile on Whatnot. That's also a very good strategy. A lot of people think you have to have this huge YouTube following or Instagram following to be successful on Whatnot, and it sure does help. It sure does help. But I hear a lot of people are successful on Whatnot. I've never done Whatnot myself. I buy cards on Whatnot strictly as a hobby. But yeah, Whatnot is an awesome platform for a lot of people too. JP says, after July 20th, my sales were crazy. Don't know why, but happy. Don't buy just to buy and list. Good recipe for success. Yep. So shout out to the reseller newsletter. I was just interviewed by Aaron, who runs that. It's just a newsletter that gets sent out to resellers I'm not sure if it's every week or 2 weeks or if it's just once a month, but it just kind of tells everyone what's going on in the community. And Aaron just interviewed me, and he asked me for like a few tips. And I said, one of my best tips is I don't buy items. I buy profit and sell through. So kind of what Jay is saying here, don't just buy to buy things that sell fast and sell for money, and you'll never have an issue as a reseller. Thank you guys for asking so many questions. Keep them up. This is awesome. I love being here with you guys. Dragon Master says, so if you are able to remember, you can call me Anthony. I also plan on it being transparent, so it's already on my shipping labels. Anyway, awesome. So you say across all platforms. Do you also make YouTube videos or just Instagram stuff? If you make YouTube videos, I'd love to subscribe and shout you out here. So if you have a YouTube video, let me know. If you make YouTube videos, let me know. Okay, so earlier on in the video, I asked people to guess what my top 5 categories I sell in are and in what order. So here we go. Remotes, sunglasses, electronics, curling irons, clothing. Okay, so let me read a few of them, and then I'll tell you guys what it was. Number 1, shirts, remotes, cameras, sunglasses, hair irons, electronics, sporting equipment, home goods, clothing, accessories, clothes, appliances, electronics, toys, games. Okay. And then other people guessed as well, but let me tell you guys. So let me show you guys last year first. Last year, my number 1 sales category was DVD and Blu-ray players. It made me $5,991, and it accounted for 4.8% of my sales. Next up were men's sunglasses, $5,100. Next up were digital cameras, $4,600, 3.69%. Next up were remote controls, $4,000. And next up were video game controllers for 3% for $3,700. Now looking at this year, for the 7 months we've been in business, 9.25% of my sales have come from, drumroll please, everyone thinks that it is remote controls, but it is digital cameras. I've made $11,800 from digital cameras. Second place are remote controls. I have made $7,000 from remote controls. Third are DVD and Blu-ray players. This includes DVD and VCR combo units that I sell a ton of every single week. That is $5,000. Next up, this is okay. you guys are going to be, I don't think anyone is prepared for what I'm about to say. The fourth highest category that I sell in are subwoofers. I sell a ton of Vizio and Sony subwoofers. That accounts for 3.45% of my sales. And then number 5 is men's sunglasses, $4,000 for 3.28%. So a lot of people say that everything sellers can't make it, but 4 of my top 5 of my sales don't even equal 12%. So I sell a ton of different categories. But those are my top 5. Thanks for playing. I consider you a mentor and an inspiration, and I'd like to keep building friendships through this. I'm happy you brought all of us together. Hey, man, thank you so much. I'm not a very emotional person, but when I hear things like that, I truly feel that. So thank you so much. I'm super grateful for that. Yeah, that's awesome. And I've actually seen that a few of you guys have met each other through these lives, which is even cooler. So thanks for that, Anthony. I hit like and got 2 cha-chings back to back. No way. Is that true? That's awesome. Maybe the myth is real. If you like the video during an eBay Resellers Live, you get a sale within an hour. I just sold a video game and the customer said it was scratched. I tested it before I sold it and it was fine. I'm worried they are going to trade mine for a bad one. That happens. What you want to do is make sure that you have free returns, and then eBay will protect you. You don't have to pay for the shipping on the way back. You don't have to pay for the shipping there, and you refund them 50% of what you sold it for. So not the most ideal, but understand that only happens 1 in every 2,000 transactions, and just write it into your business. It's part of owning a business. It sucks. There's nothing fun, nothing positive about that whatsoever. But if you do have free returns, eBay will protect you. So if you sell so I'm going to assume you sold that video game for $15 plus $5 shipping. They're going to send it back to you, and then you're going to withhold the $5, and then you're going to refund them $7.50. That's what I would do. If you have free returns, you're able to do that. Carlos says, hi, J-Ride. Personal question. You're a bright and impressive young entrepreneur. Thank you. May I ask about your upbringing? 2-parent household. Are your folks also in business? I like a good backstory. Yeah. So both my parents live in my home, and they are married. Both of them don't have degrees. And I grew up, okay, this is weird. My dad started a business, and it was worth a ton of money. When I was a baby, we lived in California, and he stripped, I better finish this sentence soon. He wasn't a stripper. He stripped floors. So he took the wax. So when you clean like a Walmart or a gas station floor, you clean it, and then you put wax on it to seal it, right? He would strip the wax off, clean it and make it shine, and then make it look beautiful, right? He was making, I have no idea how much money, but they were millionaires back in the 90s. And then he sold that business to someone for, I can't remember how much money, and then they stopped making payments, and my parents became severely poor. And it's been a struggle ever since then. So my parents are happily married, but neither of them have college degrees. My dad was a businessman who lost his business and his confidence, and we've been pretty poor growing up. And my parents currently don't have like an amazing financial situation, but they both work really, really hard. And they instilled in me principles of, they're like my biggest cheerleaders. And at the same time, they also keep me grounded. So very grateful for my parents and for what they did for me. So I grew up pretty poor, but you don't have to stay that way. And my parents did everything they could to give me and my siblings a good life. And I think they did an amazing job. So thanks for that. Got my first bad review because the item smelled. It's used clothing. Of course, some won't smell the best. So frustrating that someone gave me a bad review for that. Yeah, it's unfortunate. What you can do is say, hey, sorry about the smell. I offer free returns. If you go ahead and return that, we can get that taken care of for you. And then the feedback will automatically be taken away once the item is back in your possession. But you have to convince them to start the return. I thought all extra items, looks, and watched were good for the algorithm, although none of us know for sure how they decide this. LOL. I thought all extra items, looks, and watched were good for the algorithm. I'm not 100% sure what you're saying, but it sounds like you're saying if you throw up a ton of items and they get looks and they get watches, it helps those and your other items sell. In a vacuum, yes, I agree. I never did thank you cards because I know they're not necessary. However, I found that using my eBay store coupon for thank you cards and stickers bring me joy. I don't have many sales, and I came into a money hole that has a lot of new items. I have begun to source these items. I'm wondering if I should list now and sell for a bit lower or until Q4 to sell for more. It depends on how much money you have coming in, but I'm a proponent of making money every single day of the year. There's this famous businessman. His name is Ryan Pena or something, where he flips houses, and a lot of people are like, he was flipping a ton of houses in 2019, and he was flipping them for like, let's say $400,000. And then 2020 and 2021 boom came along, and those same houses were selling for double. And a lot of people were like, oh man, don't you wish you would have waited and sold those houses later? And he's like, no, if I didn't sell 3 houses and get my $80,000 and then buy 7 more houses and then flip those and get my $400,000 and then buy 29 more houses and then get my $8 million and then buy 87 houses, I couldn't have sold any of them. Now I can sell 87 for double in this market instead of just 3. So I would list, I just list things that I get. Really appreciate each customer, so it's genuine. Yep, exactly. Apparently that will put all the smell out of it. Oh, you guys are having a conversation in the sorry if my typing is bad at the moment. My blood sugar is low at the moment. Oh, do you have type 1 diabetes or hypoglycemia? My mom is a type 1 diabetic, so I know all about that stuff. Oh, what is the link to the reseller newsletter? I have not heard of this before. Man, I wish I knew better. I'm sure that Aaron, who runs it, has a link in his bio. So let me search him real quick. My dog's whining, guys. Scouty, come here. What you doing, Scout? Okay, so I'm going to Aaron's Instagram account right now. So you can just go to theresellernewsletter.com. theresellernewsletter.com, and you can sign up. You can just put in your email and it'll get sent to you. Hi, why could eBay put your payment on hold when you follow all their rules? So it's kind of like especially if you're new, a lot of times people will come onto eBay, sell 5 items, and then never come back to the platform. And if there are any issues with those 5 items, eBay has 0 chance of collecting funds from you because you're gone. So as you get more and more into eBay, as you sell more and more eBay, more doors open up for you and there's less hoops to jump through. So it could be that you're just still pretty new, and so you have to gain that trust with eBay. Jeans, remotes, books, flat irons. Okay, yep. I mean, I sell no jeans at all. I have a few Wrangler 501s, but I don't sell too many jeans. I'll message you when I actually finish making it. It's going to be flipping junk style because I like how his videos are, but I haven't been sourcing to work through Death Pile. Nice. Yeah, so Dragon Master Finds, he's going to be making a YouTube channel soon. Everyone stay tuned and let's subscribe once it's up. Whoa, hi everyone. Woohoo. Sorry. Here we go. Master Maniac Mexico. I knew you'd make it here eventually. Thanks. You're one of my #1 supporters. Thank you so much for always being here. Can you believe it? The Taz hasn't been paid for so far. Could you go into how to cancel an order after 4 days that eBay buyer claims? Yeah, so on your phone, just click on the item. You can scroll down. Okay, so let's see. I'll do this real quick. So right now I have 3 items waiting to be paid. So you just click on the item and you go, it says send payment reminder, and then there's also an arrow right next to it. You just go to cancel order. Select reason why. This hasn't been 4 days yet. Once it's been 4 days, there will be a fourth one that comes up that says buyer hasn't paid. And then you do that, and then they get refunded, and your item goes back up onto eBay to get sold again. Finally, I made it to a live chat. Hey, thank you so much for being here, Laura. Glad you could make it live. Why do people say selling everything is not a good thing? So it's actually what I was making a video on today. There are advantages of niching down. You learn, okay. I think that you should be an everything seller. If you are making less than $100,000 a year on eBay, I think you should be an everything seller. Let me make that clear. I'm taking a full stance. If you are making less than $100,000 on eBay, be an everything seller. And if you are a successful niche seller, don't listen to me. Keep doing that. Keep making a ton of money in your niche. But there's a lot of pros and cons to being a niche seller. I say niche. I'm from Utah. A lot of people get mad at me. I just say niche. I know the majority of people say niche, but I say niche. There are pros and cons to being a niche seller. There are pros and cons to being an everything seller. There are pros and cons to being a surgeon. There are pros and cons to being a lawyer. There are pros and cons to being a firefighter. Make money and just do it the best way you know how. There are a million ways to make $40,000 a year. I think it's easier to make $40,000 a year as an everything seller because you can do that working for 3 hours a day, going to 1 or 2 thrift stores, and you don't have to drive anywhere. So the pros of being a niche seller is you become a lot better at sourcing, you become a lot better at shipping, and you're able to, that's a topic for a whole nother video I'll dive into eventually. But there's nothing wrong with being an eBay reseller. If people make you feel dumb for being an eBay reseller, for being an everything seller, don't listen to them. You can just tell them that your friend Jay Wright is making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year being an everything reseller. And that does not include any money from YouTube or TikTok or affiliate links. I make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year selling remotes, cameras, flat irons, waffle makers, clothes, antiques, everything. Okay. I agreed to Dragon, and thank you for always answering questions, even over email, quickly and fast. You've pushed me so far. I am stunned. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I also want to highlight, if you guys want to contact me or ask me any questions, the best way to do so is over email. jwrightflips@gmail.com. I almost gave you guys my middle school email, which was drose21, Derek Rose. Okay, guys, my dog wants to go outside. She's ringing the bells. You guys can get a quick little tour of my house. Not like it's the first time for most of you anyway, though. Here's my house. My wife makes it really cute. She's really awesome. My wife and I are planning to move to northern Utah in a year to 3 years. The houses that we're looking at are about $600,000 to $650,000. That's freaking nuts. The housing market here in Utah is wild. So I'm working my butt off to be able to afford a $4,000 mortgage, if you guys can believe that. So, but yeah, we really love where we live right now. It's an awesome place, and we want to be right in the middle of both of our families. So we're eventually moving up to northern Utah, where cost of living is pretty nuts. Thank you for sharing. They must be very proud. Yeah, my parents are very proud of me, and I'm very proud of them. Sold my first 99-cent find on Kindle Oasis leather over cover for $20. Learned from watching and applying what you taught me. Thank you, Jay. Yeah, buying things for $1 and selling them for any amount of profit is awesome. I'm going to make a video on how to make $1 million. It won't be in a year, but how to make $1 million on eBay buying things for $1 or less, because you can. I make a ton of money buying remotes and sunglasses and golf covers for $1 or less. Bet everyone loves you 10 times as much after listing that. Keep up the great work. After sharing that, keep up the great work. I wonder what you're referencing, because we've talked about a lot. Maybe the story about my parents. You said that when we look at your store and don't buy, it throws off for eBay because we didn't purchase anything. So I was just saying, I thought all looks or watches on items were positive. No, okay, no, definitely not. If you look at an item and then click away and not buy that item, the eBay algorithm registers it as, okay, something was wrong with this item. So we're going to shoot it out to less people. Just like on TikTok or YouTube, if you are presented with my video and then you don't watch it, then YouTube is saying, oh, something's wrong with this video. We're going to push it out to less people. If you click on an item on eBay and then not buy it, that sends a signal to eBay, oh, something must be wrong with this item. We're still going to send it out to a few people, but we were planning on showing 50 people this item today. Now we're only going to show 30. Now, if 7 of those 30 people click on that item and all 7 of them go away without purchasing it, now the algorithm, and these aren't exact numbers. This is just logical here. Now, 7 out of 30 people who viewed it clicked away. Now eBay's like, okay, sweet. Now we're only going to show this to 12 people. And then 2 of the 12 people click on it. Both of them go away. Okay, now we're only going to show this to 6 people. And it just keeps getting lower and lower and lower, if that makes sense. So everyone that goes to my store and clicks on my items to learn from my title structure or things like that, it makes it harder for me to sell items, but that's okay. I really don't mind. I'm not complaining whatsoever. It's just an illustration to help you guys understand. So sell your items. Make your items with amazing titles, amazing prices, amazing return policies, amazing shipping policies, and you guys will sell a ton of items. Yes, I'm type 1 diabetic. Cool. Yep. I mean, not cool, but my mom is type 1 diabetic, so I know the struggles that you go through. Scout. Yep. Scout's awesome. She's being a little bum right now though. My impressions, page views, and watchers have increased dramatically over the past couple of weeks, but sales have hit a wall. Any idea why that is? Yeah, people just don't spend as much money during July. They're saving their money for Hawaii and Fiji and Mount Rushmore and California and Vegas, and they're spending less money on remote controls. I have started selling AI art on eBay, getting away from the physical items and a lot more control, and sales are up 30%. That's awesome. Yeah, you should start a YouTube channel and talk about things like that because there's definitely a need for that in the community. It'll be over a lot of people's heads because AI is a difficult thing for a lot of people to understand. But yeah, that's really awesome. I've sold a few NFTs in my day. I'm a entrepreneur, so I've done a little bit of everything. I like niche. Did I spell it right? Yeah, I like niche. Niche, LOL. It's a weirdly spelled word. I like niche. Including shipping, sourcing, listing, and research, how many hours per day do you think you work? Just curious. For the last 17 months of my life, I've been working for 13 hours a day, Monday through Saturday. For the last 2 months of my life, I've been working 3 hours a day on eBay, and it has been awesome. So grind your face off until you can get to it. Work like no one else so you can work like no one else. So I grinded for a year and a half. And now I'm just maintaining, which is awesome. I'm just doing 20 listings a day. I'm able to source them in under an hour. I'm able to list them in under an hour. And I have employees that ship them for me and clean them for me. So it's pretty dope. New reseller here. Love the hunt and love the community. Getting going on eBay has been good in the first few weeks. Yeah, like I said, this is the best time to start because you're at the slowest point of the year. So things should go up from here, especially when you're new. It's a time where you grow. And you're at a point where sales are going to increase more and more because of the sales cycles. So this was a perfect time to start. Just mentioning the Taz came from the dumpster diving. I caused a bit of war on my account. Just mentioning that the Taz came. Yeah. So if you tell people, hey, I got this out of a trash can for free, some people may be upset about that. What do you do if you find something you know is worth some money and someone will buy it, but you can't find any info on it, eBay, Google, and etc. So I come across that issue every once in a while. I just list it for a reasonably high amount. And I've done this example before. I'll do it again. If you get a baseball that's signed by a pretty no-name player, there's going to be 0 comps for that on eBay. But you can type in signed baseball And then if you find a ton of signed baseballs by no-name players that are selling for $40, I would price my baseball at $40. So just because you can't find a comp on the exact, this was an issue that I ran into at the beginning as an early reseller. I'd be like, man, I found this Polo Ralph Lauren shirt, but there isn't another one exactly like it. How do I price it? But you just look at other Polo Ralph Lauren shirts. It's like, how similar is this to ones that are selling? And then you can build your prices from there. Catching you live for the first time. Hey, thanks for being here, Kathleen. This is awesome. I used to get about 100 views. I used to have about 100 people in my lives for a while. And then I dipped it down to like only 60 at the peak. But now I'm back up to about 100 during my lives again, which is awesome. So I appreciate you guys being here and coming to my lives. This is great. What is an NFT? An NFT is a non-fungible token. It is property that you own that is only on a screen. So a really easy example of that is I'll get one right now. Don't click away. Okay, I'm back already. I told you guys. Let's see. Oh, no one clicked away. These are basketball cards. I'm holding this basketball card in my hand. But a non-fungible token of this, someone can digitally make this card and then only make 1,000 digital copies of it. And then they can sell those 1,000 digital copies. So I own the real card, but then you can also make an NFT of it and make 1,000 of them and then sell them. To a lot of people, that sounds pretty stupid, and it is pretty stupid. But there's also non-fungible tokens. So I could make a non-fungible token. I could make my logo of J-Ride Flips. I could make that a non-fungible token. And then that NFT can actually be of value because I could say hey, I'm going to do a live for NFT holders only. I'm not going to do that. This is just to illustrate what an NFT is. So some NFTs hold zero value whatsoever. It's just digital stuff. But then some NFTs, there was a restaurant in New York that it was so high class and it was so busy that they made non-fungible tokens and they sent them out to billionaires. And then you had to present that NFT to be able to get into the door. And then they started selling hey, if you want to come to this restaurant, you have to buy our $1,000 NFT. You cannot be seated without the NFT. So that's what an NFT is. I am no expert by any means, but I hope that made sense to you guys. There's a German myth about why dogs and men work so well together. Dogs have good hearts, but bad hands. Men have good hands. Yeah, I like that. That's good. Dogs definitely do have good hearts. You can have a bad day or a good day, and they're going to treat you the same, and they're going to treat you well every time. Speaking of AI, I've been using eBay's AI subscription. Hope it helps. Seems like a nice feature. Yeah, it can be a bit wordy and weird, but the average person that buys on eBay doesn't even look at the descriptions anyway. But the AI helps with keywords, which could, in essence, help you rank better on eBay, but there's no literature on that currently. Laura says, my son is a cybersecurity engineer for our energy company. He explained AI. Still don't get it. Yeah. AI is artificial intelligence. It's something that man created that can do certain functions if asked to do so. Hello from Arkansas. Just kidding. Hello from Arkansas. My back to school items have started selling. Retail stores have already started putting Halloween seasonal items out. There's no rest in retail. Exactly. And that, just like I was talking about earlier, there are definitely things called consumer cycles, along with the expenditure of consumer cycles is also what people spend their money on. So definitely want to be picking up seasonal items. I'm from Utah. In Utah, prom and Sadie's and homecoming are a huge deal. And in my town, they're an even bigger deal. So I remember prom got over. And then typically people ask, hey, do you want to go to Sadie's with me? 2 weeks before the dance, right? In my town, it was so nuts that I got asked to Sadie's the day after junior prom, which was 67 days before Sadie's. So I guess you just got to be on top of the game. And then everyone just started getting asked like crazy. It's whoa, this is nuts. But sometimes you just got to be first to the market if you want to get what you want. So people, I'm seeing a lot of eBay resellers and YouTubers and influencers already selling Halloween items as well on eBay. So start looking for them. My wife, the day after the 4th of July, she sent me a meme on Instagram that said, "Get ready for Halloween decorations." So so it's top of mind for sure. Chris Kaysen, I see you in my lives a lot. Thanks for coming out. Says, watching the Braves game, but here to put the video on silent mode to support my favorite reselling guru. Much love from Georgia. Hey, thank you so much. That's awesome. Oh, you guys are too much. The Braves, huh? I like them. Are you also a Hawks fan? Or are you just? I mean, you can't hear me because it's on silent, but stupid. So stupid. Carla says, I've taken a part-time job because of the drastic change of my eBay success. No shame, but disappointed in myself for perhaps not pivoting fast enough. Part-time eBay might be a better fit for some. I think that part-time eBay is great. I think having, like Dwayne The Rock Johnson always says, work for somebody else and then come home and work for yourself. So, and then if you work for yourself hard enough, one day you don't have to work for somebody else, is what I think he's getting at. But there's no shame in working full time and then having a side hustle. A lot of people make $10,000 a month from their job and then make $5,000 a month doing eBay for 2 or 3 hours a day. That's awesome. That's better than making $8,000 a month full time on eBay. So whatever works. Where is GA? It's Georgia. Having a conversation. Tom, super sticker. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you so much for the $3 super sticker, Tom. You're too much. I've done my last 10 lives. I've gotten 10 $3 super stickers from Tom. So thank you so much for supporting, man. You don't have to do that. So wow, thanks. You're awesome. Don says, thanks for the reply. Got to go. Have a great rest of the live. Smash that like button. Hey, thanks so much, Don. You're great. 95 watchers. Let's hit the thumbs up, like button, everyone. Hey, thank you guys so much for that. You guys are great. How much do you make per average, if you might guess, per year? I'm a new reseller trying to learn the potential of this hobby. Okay, so I have multiple streams of income. I think you're talking about eBay specifically. About reselling specifically, I have multiple streams of income from reselling. I think what you're asking is how much do I make from eBay? So I'll answer it in a couple parts. From reselling, I make throughout the year about $25,000 a month. From only eBay, I make about $18,000. And then I make money from YouTube. I make money from TikTok. I make money from my investments. I have a few different streams of income. I'll make a video about that eventually. But from eBay, if you take all the way from January to December, I think I will make on average $18,000 a month from eBay. This year, I think it's going to be 20,000. I think it's more accurate to say I make $20,000 a month. So this year, this month during July, I'm making obviously less than 20,000, but in December, I'm going to make significantly more than 20,000. So if you take January all the way to December, I think it'll be between $18,000 to $22,000 on average, and I think 20,000 is a very accurate estimate. So I think I'm going to revenue. I think I'll do about 360,000 in revenue, and I think I will profit about $240,000 to $250,000 from eBay sales this year. Yeah, the brands of school bags didn't have great sell-through, so I added back to school to see if I could increase traffic on them. Yeah, that's a smart way to do things. Sorry, I skipped Laura. Sorry. I do back to school on my clothes. Yep. That's a really good strategy. Tom says, I feel like the AI description is just asking for trouble. If it says something that isn't 100% accurate, and then if you're going to proofread everything, seems like a waste of time. Yeah. So I listed a pair of Oakley sunglasses and they were severely scratched. And so I put in the description frames only, and then I clicked the AI generation, and then it said, extremely great condition Oakleys. You're going to be looking fly out in the wilderness or while you're fishing, and these sunglasses, they will not let you down. And I'm like, whoa, bro. In the description, I put that they're not even sunglasses. They're just the frames. So be careful with AI. LOL, remember that movie AI? And now that's an everyday term. Yep. I remember that. Putting my winter stuff out now. It's selling. Yeah. Things sell year round. So obviously North Face jackets sell significantly better during the winter, but they still sell during the summer too. And at my thrift stores, I know that this may not be the case across the United States, but jackets during the winter at my thrift stores are $8 to $15. But during the summer, they are only $6, and they're never more than $6. So good time to stock up on them. I'm watching the Brewers. Yeah, baseball is in full swing. Got to run. High five, Jay. I'll be lurking. Hey, thank you so much, Laura. Thanks for coming out. You put in a few comments that really helped the chat. So, and if you guys keep asking questions, go ahead. We've been doing this for an hour. I'll go for as long as there are questions. I've got all my listings done for the day. And yeah, let's keep it rolling. Could I message you Insta about a deal I might get? I just want your opinion on if it's a good one to pick up or not. Not sure if you do things like that. Hello? Yeah, people message me about that on Instagram all the time. So go ahead and send me some messages. It's easier to reach me on email, jrighflips@gmail.com, but I'll get to you eventually on Instagram as well. Did you do eBay only when you started? How long before you added other streams of revenue? So the other streams of revenue came because of working hard on eBay. So I started eBay only. Then people noticed, hey, this guy in the town is really hustling and he's looking for these items, or he has a ton of these items. So I also have a ton of, I do bulk deals with some people here in town. Also, when I first started eBay, I did not do clothing whatsoever. So I would only do hard goods. And then I had a deal with a guy who gave me a list of brands. And he's like, pick all of these up and I'll give you $2 then more than you paid for. So if I bought something for $6, he'd give me $8. If I bought something for $10, he'd give me $12. I'm like, sweet. Yeah, I'm already at the thrift store anyway. If I can get him 5 shirts, it's an extra $10, whatever. I would get him hundreds of shirts a week. So it ended up being a few extra $100 a week. Then he moved and then I just started selling the shirts myself. But yeah, and then I also do that with a bunch of, I have all my storage unit guys, they bring me tons and tons and tons and tons of smartphones. And they're all locked and broken and things like that. So I put a lot of them on eBay, but then I also have contacts here in town that I just bring them 100 smartphones for $10 a piece, make a quick $1,000. I'm able to do that multiple times per month. So that's another stream of income that I have. And that came from just working hard at doing eBay. So if you guys are selling on eBay and want extra streams of income, work really hard on eBay and more doors will be open up to you. But yeah, we are low on comments and questions. So if you guys have any other questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. You want to ask me anything about eBay, about business in general, about the economy. If you want to ask me questions about my personal life or things that I'm into, you can go ahead and ask them. If not, we'll just get through these last couple questions and comments and then we'll call it a live. So if you guys want to ask me anything, go ahead. There's 92 people in here right now. So yeah, let me know if you guys want to keep it going. Robert says, I just put my return policy in and any flaws. In and any flaws. I don't understand what you just said there. If you want to ask it or make another comment again. Sorry about that. Got to run. Have a good day. Hey, thanks for popping in. What return policies do you recommend? I return free returns on all of your listings. It's a better experience for the customer. A lot of people will not buy unless there are free returns, and you unlock what are called eBay seller protections. So if you offer free returns, then eBay is going to have your back and you only have to refund 50% of the value of the return. I know that's not the best, but it's still, if you have no returns accepted, a buyer can still force a return and then you have to give them all of their money back. But if you have free returns and someone does a unjustified return, you can withhold 50% of the value of the item through the eBay seller protections. So I definitely recommend free returns for those multiple reasons. Green's my brother. Welcome on. Looks like we're wrapping up here because not a lot of people have questions, but good. Thank you for coming in. Mr. Human says, do you like men? No, I'm a straight heterosexual. I am married to my wife. Do you like men? No, I don't. There's a lot of respectable men out there that I look up to and I learn a lot from, but I'm not sexually attracted to men, no. How do you respond to thrift shop owners and workers asking if you buy items for yourself or do you sell it? I tell them I sell on eBay. So if someone says, hey, are you a reseller? I say, yes. Do you have things that you would like me to resell for you? That's what I say. The description of the item. I put my, okay. You put your return policy and any flaws in the description of your item. Yeah, that's great. That's good to do as well. Will you offer anywhere in the near future personal coaching? So a lot of people have been asking for that. A lot of people have suggested. So I have memberships, the join button that I do a podcast with. A lot of people have said that they would pay $9.99 a month for coaching. So I've considered doing that, but I don't think it's I don't know. You guys can let me know if that's something that you guys would be interested in. But um, if enough people told me they were interested in coaching for like $9.99 a month, I would definitely do that. Maybe like every Wednesday night, I would have a coaching only live where I go over best practices and answer questions. But yeah, I don't know. A lot of people like what I'm doing, and a lot of people appreciate the knowledge I give and would want it on a more personal basis. So if anyone would be interested in that, you can let me know. But I just respectfully and transparently, I don't have enough time to do that for free, if that makes sense. So if you guys are interested in me ever doing like a coaching call or group, you guys can let me know. What's your favorite flavor of human? Oh man, I don't eat humans. Jayride, if you need a mod, give me a wrench. Yeah. Troll mod. Yeah, mods will definitely be coming eventually. I don't know. I think it's kind of fun. But yeah, we'll definitely require mods soon. And Chris, yeah, if hit me up on my email if any of you want to show up to my lives consistently and mod for me. But I don't know, it's kind of fun. I had a buyer complain that I overwrapped the item that was shipped to her. Thoughts on this? Have you ever had a crazy comment in your feedback? Yeah, don't listen to that feedback. It happens. There's crazy people everywhere. There's people that can't be pleased everywhere. Never apologize for doing an amazing job. So, as like, it's hard to remove. Sorry, guys, I'm letting my dog back in. It's hard to remove emotion from business. But in order to be ultra successful, you kind of have to do that. Yeah, you're going to have bad days. You're going to have emotional days. People are going to say things that are unwarranted, and you're allowed to have an emotional response to it, but you can't have an emotional reaction to it if you want to make millions of dollars like we all do, right? So when someone leaves a feedback for you like that, literally ignore it. Like, I'm actually shocked that there aren't as many trolls like that last one. And I'm shocked that I don't get as much hate comments as I do. As I grow and grow on eBay and TikTok, I'll definitely get more and more hate comments. But yeah, I get a ton of them, and I ignore them or I have fun with them. So yeah, just don't worry about comments like that. You'll be good. When you say that about reselling for them, what is the offer you present if they say yes? When you say that about reselling for them, what is your offer if they? Oh, yeah, if they present me with a yes, I say, sweet, yeah, I sell a little bit of everything. The best way to do this is if I just buy it from you. So if I can take a look at your garage or your house or your storage unit or whatever, I can make you offers on things, and then yeah, you can make a little bit of money, and so can I. But yeah, consignment can be okay on eBay, but it usually gets pretty sticky. So do you have a different business policy just show up in your store? I have to delete them all the time. No, I don't. I mean, yeah, actually, my shipping policies, every once in a while, it'll do like a random copy, and I just delete the copies, but it doesn't happen very often. So might be something you want to reach out to eBay about sometime. Where did you get the backdrop of your pics? I hate doing this, but you can buy them in my Amazon store. They're called sticky tiles or whatever. If you guys click in my if you go to my YouTube channel banner and then you click on the little Amazon icon, you guys can buy like shipping supplies and cleaning supplies, and then also my backdrop for my photos. It's like a grayish tile. Those are just sticky pads that you can buy in my Amazon store. Have you tried buying anything wholesale from brokers? From brokers? No, but I do buy wholesale and lots off of eBay and from people in town all the time, and it's been pretty successful. How do you handle weird colors on eBay, like teal, aqua, tan, camel, etc.? Where do colors not appear on eBay, so you have to select a similar color? How do you choose, or do you manually enter in the color? My recommendation, not backed by a ton of data, but by a ton of personal experience from myself and others, is I would only put in colors that are preset. So I'm gonna list a pretend Tommy Bahama shirt real quick. So I'm gonna do Tommy Bahama shirt. We're gonna continue without match, pre-owned. Okay, it's populating here. Oh, there's no way you guys can see that. So I'll just say that out loud. You go to item specifics, and let's say that I have a teal Tommy Bahama shirt. Teal is not in here whatsoever, so I would put blue. For the item specifics, I would put blue. And then in the title, I would put blue teal. And that's what I do. I would not type in manually burgundy or teal or fuchsia or whatever. You can put that in the title because a lot of people do, like especially Dooney and Burke purses. I don't know if you guys are aware of that brand, but Dooney and Burke, a lot of their customers know the exact color patterns for the purse they want. So one can be like fuchsia rose garden or whatever. So I would type in fuchsia. I would type in pink and fuchsia. But then for the item specifics, I would select pink. I would not manually type into the specifics fuchsia, if that makes sense. I hope that answered your question in a great way. Master Maniac says, I would be down for coaching. As I told you, I really feel a lot of benefits for me far beyond only eBay. Okay, yeah, so I'll consider doing that. I would definitely make an announcement for you guys. But yeah, I'd love to be able to provide that service if enough people were interested in coaching and things like that. I'm going to Salt Lake in a couple weeks. Where would be the best place to source? Anywhere from Ogden all the way to Springville. Don't go to the Goodwills, go to the Deseret Industries. Deseret Industries, the prices are a lot cheaper and there's usually more stuff. So anywhere from Ogden to Springville, just when you get there, type in Deseret Industries. And it just depends on what you're sourcing. Some of my personal favorites are the Centerville DI and the Welfare Square DI. But a lot of people say, oh no, the Centerville DI is trash, So it just depends on what you're looking for. But Deseret Industries is goated. Definitely go to the Deseret Industries when you're in Salt Lake. And I might bump into you. When you say that about reselling, oh, sorry. I already asked that. We have one here tonight. Yeah, I think you're referring to the troll. My customer purchased 2 items. She didn't request an invoice to combine shipping, so she overpaid about $5. Would you do a partial refund without even asking her? I feel like I should. You can do whatever you want in your business. I make money on shipping with almost every single order. So, like, I have, what's it called? Oh my gosh, I'm blanking on the word. Not calculated. Oh my gosh, what's the word where you have preset? Oh my gosh, this is one of the biggest brain farts I've ever had. But yes, I have it set up to where I have a certain price for shipping. So like on my sunglasses, for example, I have people pay $4.87 to ship the sunglasses, and it usually only costs me $4.12. I don't give them the extra 60 cents. I just put that in my pocket. If people request an invoice, then if people request combined shipping, then I do it for them. But if she hasn't said anything about a partial refund, that's completely up to you and how you run your business. If you feel morally obligated to do so, you can. But also keep in mind, she made the purchase. She was clearly comfortable paying you the money she did. And if you'd like to give her a little bit of money back, you definitely can, but it's not obligated. It's just however you'd like to run your business. Yeah, I had a customer that bought an item on Saturday and complained that I was shipping it out too slow yesterday and then just canceled. Funny part is they only live 30 minutes from me. That's funny. Yeah, some people just can't be, man, maybe I need to eat some food or something. I'm blanking on a ton of words. Some people just can't be pleased, but it already sold once, so just relist it and it'll sell again. If he would have just waited for my 3-day handling, he would have gotten the item like the same day. Yep. I changed my bank to a new business checking account, and eBay suspended me until I verified my ID, and I am unsuspended now. And now all my listings are gone. Call eBay. Yeah, definitely call eBay. They should be able to help you out. But if you can't get your items, your listings recovered, that will definitely suck. I'm really sorry to hear that. I'd totally be down for personal coaching. Hey, thanks for that, Ethan. It might be something that I need to explore a little bit more. So I'll let you guys know. Teal or aqua, these are better tagged as blue versus green, right? And camel and khaki as brown versus beige. Thanks for your answers. So I don't do really any of the clothing listings anymore in my store. I have an employee to do that. And they always ask, like, oh, should I put fuchsia? And I say, no, put pink. It's like, oh, this is tan. And I'm like, if you see tan, you can put tan, but don't type in tan into item specific. Select brown if tan is not there. So always select what's there. Don't type in something else manually. Like the live, it worked for me. Woohoo. Yeah, so there's this myth that if you like an eBay reseller's live, you will get a sale within an hour. So if you guys want to like the video and get an extra sale, go right ahead. Do you use apps like Pixel Cut? Nope. So I have that what I just talked about in my Amazon affiliate store. I have those sticky tiles that I use for all my listings, and that works great for me. Flat rate. Thank you. Man, I could not think of the phrase flat rate for some reason. Fixed flat rate. Hey, thank you guys. Fixed rate, flat rate. Thanks you guys so much for helping me out there. That's funny. Jeff Fisher, JRAD, exclamation point. Hey, thanks for coming out. Jeff, you always leave quality comments in my lives, not my videos. So thank you for coming out. Where do you take photos of clothes? I use a table, but because it's a waist level, I have to stand on a chair to get the full shirt. LOL. Is there something you built or do you take pictures on? Yeah, I just do it on a table as well. Just a table with those sticky tiles. So, and I guess me and my employees are tall because we don't really have that issue. But yeah, just get a step ladder or get a coffee table because coffee tables are lower to the ground. Might work. Thanks, of course. What things do you do to prep for Q4 sales? Anything we should be doing now? Yeah, just keep listing. I don't do anything new. I just don't do the best things that you can do sometimes is nothing new. So a lot of people will be like, okay, this huge event is coming up. I'm going to do something different. And then it ends up not doing as well for them. So the best thing you can do is just do what's working and double down on that. So just keep trugging along, just keep doing what you're doing and just keep finding better and better and better items as you get better and better at eBay reselling. Do you do dumpster diving for reselling? So I did a little bit of it at the beginning. Then I got better at sourcing, but I still go, this is a hack. You ready? 92 people in here are about to get a really awesome hack. Many of you may have already heard it from me before, but go dumpster diving behind used golf stores. I have sold, 80 shafts within the last 90 days for an average sales price of $60 that I got for free. I've also sold like 10 golf heads for an average of $60 that I got for free. So I don't do a ton of dumpster diving outside of used golf stores. Used golf stores dumpsters are goated. At what point in your eBay selling, did you determine it was time to hire help? When it became hard for me to double by myself. So I was doing 25 items a day. And I thought to myself, how hard would it be to do 50? Oh, wow. Doing 50 a day is hard. So I could have done it, but it would have required 18 hours a day. So then I'm like, okay, sweet. I'll just hire an employee. So that way I can just list 50. And then it would take the same time as sourcing, shipping, listing, doing everything. So when it becomes extremely difficult to double on your own is when you can hire an employee. That's what I did. Not necessarily my recommendation, but that's what I did. Got a dip. Thanks for the great info. Always glad to catch one of these lives. Hey, thanks so much for coming out. Thanks for being a member of the channel as well. Still waiting for that sale. LOL. Oh man, sorry it hasn't happened for you. I guess it is a myth though. It is a myth. Do you recommend an existing inventory control program? I don't completely understand your question, but I do markdown sales every 45 days. I put my items 15% off and then an extra 5% off every 15 days after that, if that's what you were asking. I got one. I took an offer. LOL. Nice $3 profit. Hey, like the video and you get a sell. I guess that's the thing. Any opinions about refreshing an item, or are all those switches, or all these switches are just voodoo? Yeah, there is. The best thing you can do is just keep putting new quality items into your store. But yeah, if you put items in listed incorrectly or not priced well, or you've learned new keywords and you can go back and put them in, then it's very beneficial to update and refresh those items. But if you're just doing delist relist, it helps a little bit, but then you don't know what items aren't actually selling. For 6 months of my eBay career, I did delist relist, and I had no idea what items had been sitting for 100 days or 200 days or whatever. Now that I do my markdown, I can actually see, oh, this item has been sitting here for 150 days. I've put it on sale twice and it's still here. But if I just did delist relist every 30 days, delist relist, I would never see what actually isn't selling. So I recommend a markdown strategy to learn what actually is and isn't selling. Great tip about the golfing items. Yeah, dumpster diving behind used golf is great. Sorry, I meant to keep track of your inventory. Yeah, I have a SKU system. So for all my smaller items, I have a ton of them. So like right now, I think I have like 400 sunglasses and eyeglass frames in my store. So I have a SKU system. I'll kind of show you guys right now. I know this isn't like the best quality, but 95 people will get a quick tour of my garage. Here's my garage. Here's all of my eBay items. These are all of my sunglasses and eyeglasses. They're all labeled G348. So those are my glasses 348. I do the same thing with my remote controls, but with an R instead of a G. So if I get a remote control cell, I look into the item specifics and it says, oh, go find G355. Here it is right there. Oh, R487 just sold. Let me look through it. Oh, there it is right there. SKUs. I use SKUs for all my small items. And then for like my big items that I don't have a ton of, I don't have any of these item SKUs. These basketballs are for sale as well, not just, Can you guys even hear me? Shoot. When I have the camera turned away, can you guys hear me? Someone put in the chat yes or no real quick so I know before I continue on doing this. Can you guys hear me when the camera is turned away? Can you guys hear me right now? All of these bigger items I don't have skewed because they're easier to keep track of. Okay, you guys can hear me? Sweet. So yeah, that's I have a lot of items skewed, and then the bigger ones I don't have skewed. So just whatever works for you guys. My neighbors know about my reselling now and have started dumping stuff off at my door. Fun, some good things, but a lot of crap to donate. Yeah. So when you tell people what you do, they typically support you. And so like American Arbitrage Carey, he's doing really well on some content by pointing out what things don't sell. He says, hey, stop buying Avon, it doesn't sell. Stop buying Pepsi bottles, those don't sell. Stop buying porcelain dolls, those don't sell. But like when you've never done reselling, you think, oh, Coca-Cola probably sells for a ton of money. And yes, 2% of Coca-Cola items sell for over $100, but 90% of Coca-Cola items sell for less than $4. And then you're just left with 8% to sell for like 20 or 40. So like a lot of people think, oh yeah, vintage coins must sell for a ton of money, and the majority of them don't. And so people, if you tell people you resell, a lot of times you do get some good items, but a lot of times you get a bunch of garbage too. And then you just use a homemade spreadsheet to track the item specifics. No, when you enter in, so I'll go to one of my listings here. Let's see. Okay, guys, so I sold this computer mouse. And you see how it says custom SKU M118? So when you make your listing, the very last item specific says custom SKU, and you can put in a SKU number that only you can see. So if your customers look at your item specifics, they can't see that. So you can put your M118, that stands for mouse for me, because I sell a ton of computer mouses. And so that's how I do it. A lot of people also, they'll just do their listing, they'll do their title, and then at the end of their title, they'll put G425. And it works well for them too. But yeah, you can just put a SKU. You don't have to have a spreadsheet or anything like that. It's just auto populates every time you sell. It says, okay, go find M118. Okay, well, that's all the questions and comments we have. If you guys have any other questions, just got a big one. If you guys have any other questions for me, I'd love to answer them. If not, an hour and 30 minutes seems like a pretty good time to stop. So we'll go ahead and stop here after these last few questions. Marilyn says, I'm glad you brought it up. I swear I saw a category showing how many actual days my items have been listed. I can't find that category now. I can just see how many months. Was I dreaming? Yeah, so if you do delist relist, you can see like I don't think you can see like when your items were listed, and so then it's hard to tell like what are and aren't selling. But how do you keep track of your profit and loss of cost of goods? How do I keep track of my profit and loss or cost of goods? Oh, so all of the information you need minus your cost of goods is in eBay. In the seller hub, it tells you. So right now, let's look at this year. This year, I have sold 3,482 items for an average sales price of $41.86. So I know that even if I sell something for $6 and then I sell another thing for $12 and then I sell another thing for $400 and then another thing for $80, it doesn't matter what I sell each individual item for. All of my items sell on average for about $42. And then all you have to do is when you buy things, it doesn't matter if you bought something for $1 and the next thing you buy is $18 and then one thing is $4. You just look at your receipts. And so today I got 15 items for $78.25. The reason why I remember that is because I made a video about it. And so my average cost of goods was $5.12. I'm not going to put 12 items, 5 here, 1 here, 1 here, 12 here. I'm just going to put 12 items for $5.12 each. If that answers your question. Going to go play some Magic the Gathering. Thanks, Jake, for the support. Have a great night, everyone. Hey, Magic the Gathering is cool. Thank you for your time today. Hey, thank you guys. Looking forward to the Revalue podcast tomorrow. Thank you. Yep. For members of the group, I do a podcast every Wednesday. Guys, I just can say the membership here is absolutely worth it. Hit join and Revalue. Hey, thank you so much for that shout out. That's awesome. Thanks for all your help. I'm a huge newbie. No, yeah, keep it up. Keep asking questions. Keep doing what you're doing. Thanks, everybody. Interested in the queue system. Thanks for the info in Hub. Great life. Yeah, I'll do some more information on my SKU system for you guys in a separate video. But yeah, hour and 30-minute live. Thank you guys, everybody, for coming. Thank you guys for asking and all your support. I love you guys. See you guys in the next one. And if you haven't yet, follow me on TikTok. I'm putting a lot of time into that. I only work 3 hours a day on eBay. So I like to do 3 hours on eBay and then 5 hours in content for YouTube and TikTok. So big things coming. Thanks, guys.